Hi everyone! This video is a part of the Art Explorers project of the Allen Memorial Art Museum, a program for grades K through 12. My name is Chloe, I'm a third-year student, and I may have seen some of you around the museum before. Today we'll be looking at a painting from the museum. Some of you might have seen it already, learning about the differences between foreground and background, and focusing especially on the colors, textures, and what effect they have on the painting. Before we start looking at it, you will need to grab a piece of paper and a writing utensil, so pause the video now and get those if you don't have them already. Every time you see this image, that means it's time to pause the video to think in your head or write some ideas down about the questions I've asked. These images are all sections of the painting. Let's think about what we see. I'm seeing lots of little dots of many different colors. I want you to write down some of the different colors you see, and also write down what you think the entire painting will look like all together. I'm seeing lots of orange and pink, and purple and blue. I hope you have your guesses ready because we're going to look at the painting in its entirety now. Was it different than what you expected? What do all the different colored dots look like now? I think it's really cool how up close they're all separate little circles, but once we zoom out, they come together into an image. I was not expecting to see this man on the rocky cliffs though. I thought it might be flowers or a sunset because of the orange and pink. Let's look at the background a little bit, which is the part of the painting farthest from the viewer, which is you and me. It also often includes where this painting is set and what sets up the scene. What did you find in the background? Write down your ideas. I see an orange sky, mountains, and a body of water. Do you see what I see? It's also okay if you see something else. This painting is set near the French Mediterranean Sea, which is located in France, right here. It's pretty far from Oberlin, which is in Ohio, right here. The artist, Henri Edmund Cross, is from France, so he was painting a place he knows well. When I look closely, I can also see some rocks in the sea. Can you see them too? This area is known as Les Baleines, which means the whales. I think it's interesting that there's even a shape that looks like a whale tail, formed by the sea spray. What time of day do you think this is? I think it's around sunset time because the sky is orange, and during sunsets, the sky can look pink and orange. My friend here also says it's sunset because the man and the cliffs are purple, and during sunset, everything starts to look a little darker and harder to see. Now, I want us to look at the foreground. Compared to the background, the foreground is what you see in front, which is closer to the viewer, while the background is everything in the back. I see a man here. What do you think he's doing? I see he's carrying a big jug full of something. Maybe water? I also notice that he is not wearing shoes. I know when I'm spending a lot of time in the water, I also take my shoes off. Or some people are unable to get shoes because they can't afford them. He is actually a fisherman, and this painting is called Return of the Fisherman, painted more than 100 years ago. Why is this job important? And how is fishing today similar or different to what fishing was like 100 years ago? Now that we've looked closely at the background and foreground, I have a couple more things I want us to think about, even after the video is over. Why do you think an artist would paint something in this way, with a bunch of small dots? Would you paint in this way? If you were to paint the same subject, a fisherman, what would you do the same or differently? Thank you so much for looking at this painting with me today, and I hope to see you all in the museum sometime soon.